Come on, y'all.
Feeling good, feeling right. Every day, every night.
Come on.
I got joy in my life, in my life.
Oh, yes, I do, yeah.
I used to wake up feeling real stressed. Now I wake up feeling real blessed. I'm in the sunshine and living my best life. There for a minute I was feeling real rough until I saw that what I had was...
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Hello, my friend.
Today is something. Today is something.
Today is something.
It's our 1 year anniversary.
And we almost missed it.
We have had such a crazy week, and it was one of those weeks where last week our views were down. And so I was like, well, we're really busy and we'll just let people catch up because that happens sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we were busy, probably other people had busy lives. Uh-huh. And then I was sitting there because you know what happened? I'm going to tell you what happened. You guys
What
ready?
happened?
Tell
Tell
you.
me.
I keep getting notifications on my Facebook of memories, and the memories that keep popping up are when we were in Tahoe. Oh, so many 5 years ago.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
And so it dawned on me today when it came up. I thought, oh,
Mm-hmm.
it's February.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I know. It might be. And I thought we passed it already. So I was like, I got to check on that later. And then I looked just like an hour ago and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, it's today. It's legitimately today.
Today.
So we couldn't go that. We couldn't skip that.
No way, man. And in case anyone's wondering, it's for sure 9 p.m. Stacy's time right now. 6 p.m. my time.
Right.
It's wine time and it's been a week. This is a goblet, by the way.
That's a lot of wine there, Masha. You better be careful.
I'm not going nowhere, so I can have.
Well, so we were planning because it just so happened to work out that we have some time right now. Both of our husbands are not home. And so I was like, hey, this was before we realized that we had to do this podcast because it's celebration time. And we were like, we're going to drink some wine. And then Megan said, I don't have any wine. I got really worried, by the way, because I went in to the fridge and there was nothing in there. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have any wine. And I haven't been drinking a lot at all. So I was like, I know I had a bottle in here and I know I didn't forget that I drank it. So it's time to clean the fridge. Let's put it
It's
that
about
way.
that time.
I moved the hamburger buns and there it was.
And there it was. Well, I just want to say this past year, since we started the formerly Infinite Tabs podcast, now Chasing Joy podcast, has been a whirlwind. You and I were having that discussion the other day about looking at how the Lord has worked in this past year and the crazy amount of things that have taken place in such a short time. I mean, you've moved from the long-term rental that you were in to the trailer to your home that you are still working on. And so we've seen you through. I mean, it'd be really funny to go back to look at all of the spots you've sat in for the podcast.
There's a real rough period patch in there, my friends, where I definitely look homeless. There's no doubt. Very, very rough. Very rough.
But we were also discussing some of our episodes and how they came together. And I don't know if y'all remember, I did one recording from my car because there was no quiet and I needed quiet. And it was hot out. It wasn't like unbearable outside, but probably pushing 90.
That's hot to be sitting in a car.
Yeah. And so like if you watched me, I on YouTube, I was getting redder and redder and redder, like as the podcast went on. And then it doesn't help when Masha and Sveti come out, and then there is laughing and all kinds. And there were cats. Lainey kept bringing cats to the window while I was recording. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I've recorded in the car a couple times.
Yes,
myself.
you have.
So
you remember you were a magician.
I was.
Yeah.
Yes, I was a magician at one time. No, that was Sveti. Sveti was magician.
Oh, but in cars, Sveti?
Yes, Sveti did in cars.
Oh, yeah.
So the exciting thing is that I am headed to see my friend in person in like a week and a half.
I know, I can't wait.
So excited.
Mhm.
And I know, if I know God, I know he likes to work in our lives in this little season right now that we're in.
Mhm.
So it'll be very interesting to see what transpires when we're together and we have
Mhm.
what do we have? 4 full days of uninterrupted, like anything. I'm really hoping we get snowed in again at Tahoe because that was so much fun.
No. If you guys don't remember, it was Stacy's having these memories pop up. That was like our first experience as friends. Was we didn't know each other for hardly at all and went away together like a couple of weirdos.
Yeah.
Got snowed in. That was a really fun trip. And that was really, I mean, truly the beginning of where we're at now. And just to see like how the Lord has cultivated this friendship and what has happened, like specifically in the last year, but in the last like 2 years, because even in like the year before, there were still some things that you and I had been talking about and praying about and trying to see, okay, what's the Lord want for us? So anyway, it's been an exciting year.
Yes.
I mean, we launched the Joy Revival was it February or was it January?
I don't
you guys
know.
Might know better.
No, we started the podcast first, didn't we? I'm pretty sure that was the first thing. And then
we launched.
Yeah, because I don't think conference was even on our radar.
Oh yeah. I was just going to say counting months.
Yeah.
So it did. We launched podcast and then Joy Revival.
Mm-hmm.
And then in less than 3 months, we put on a women's conference. Yeah, that's right. I think
you better buckle your seatbelt because who knows what is going to come out of this. We might cure cancer. I don't know. Who am I kidding? It's already been cured.
I was just going to say, same brain. I was going to tell you, there's already cure. They just don't want you to know what it is because then they cannot make the monies off of you being sick. Aren't you glad you tuned in?
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. We're so full of such lovely, wonderful news. That's why we call ourselves Joy People.
Joy People.
What did I say? What did Sveti say yesterday? We are not.
It's fine.
You know, she has funny sayings. I don't even know. Me as Stacy, I do not say these things. So I don't know how my brain.
It's something about when it's the Russian, that accent, because it already doesn't make sense because of how we don't pluralize anything. And so things just come out and it sounds funnier. You said, and we are like to party is what you say. Because you said you're talking about how she was in Canva creating for Joy Revival. And there were pretty lights. And you said, we need the pretty lights because we are like to party. Not make sense.
No. Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing
you're welcome for all of Masha and Sveti. Yeah. They were created this past year also. Mm-hmm. They aren't even a year old yet.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
dear.
And there's
It's
the six people that like them.
I know. It's okay. Sorry, friends, for those of you that are like, oh God, these very nice Russians are very annoying. They just make us laugh. To be fair, I told you this, and I've shared this before, but just a reiteration. The Russian accent came to be when I was a teenager. It happened when I was about 16 years old. And it started because my cousin, Annie, who passed away a few years ago, she and I were the best of friends growing up. And there was that cartoon movie called Anastasia, and there was that little white bat who had a Russian accent. And Annie and I would do the Bartok Russian accent and say his quotes. And he would say, it'll be, what he say? It'll, let's go to party. It'll be like whoosh, and we'll get a little crazy with the hips. That's what he say. So Annie and I used to say, and we just thought it was so funny. And so it's when it kind of came to be, it was kind of talking about Gru and Despicable Me. And then I was like, oh, Annie and I used to do this all the time, like 20 plus years ago. And so when we do it, I feel like if Annie was still here, this side of heaven, she would be listening and be one of the 6 people laughing, thinking,
No, she's our number one fan. I already know it. I said, well, at least the legacy of joy and laughter can be, that can be her legacy. So that's good. It's a sweet story.
So,
and funny thing, Anastasia means Stacy. That's where Stacy come from.
Oh, that's right.
So I was part of party before I was even there.
You were whooshing before you even know. Your hips go crazy. Oh, well, I'm already, look at me.
Oh boy.
Party time over here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wish that we had we didn't have anything planned. We were just like, we could not go on. We cannot not say something. Or say thank you, or come on here and say it's been a real pleasure to have this outlet every week or every other week, whenever we can get our ish together.
Yes. It's been, I will say this, the podcast has been something that I told Stacy has been a huge blessing to me.
I just want to reflect on the whole reason we started any of this was, and if you've been with us from the beginning, you've heard this, but was because the world was a dumpster fire. It's still a dumpster fire. It's worse. It's totally worse. And when you're on social media, it has the ability to suck the life out of you. And I needed this very, very much to take my attention away from what was going on, because the truth is, you guys, it doesn't matter what's going on. We can't change it. So we got to focus on what we can change, and we can change our immediate posture to how we react to what is going on. And I feel like in the last year, I've taken this newfound look of, I don't want to say my head's in the sand, because it's not. I know what's going on. I pay attention. I have a lot of people that send me things. I don't always read them or look at them.
Same.
But I pay attention, but that's about it, because the whole world is a big lie. Everything. I don't know what to believe anymore. So there's only one thing that I can believe, and that's what God told me is true. And what is going on in my immediate life. And aside from inflation and high prices and things that are actually affecting me, everything else is fine. So I want you to examine your life. Are you being immediately affected by the things that the world wants you to worry about? Yes, we are. I mean, we're experiencing a recession of such, but this has also happened before. I was broke in 2009. Thank you very much, Obama. So, like this is nothing new under the sun. You get idiots in there and that's what's going to happen.
Mm.
So we need to just continuously focus, and it's getting harder. It's getting worse. And so where are you focusing your attention?
Yeah, I think when your heart, like you said the heart's posture. Where's your heart? Like you can only affect your attitude and your effort. And so like we always say with Joy Revival, like you can choose joy in spite of all of the things that are going on. It's a choice. It is a daily mental choice that you can choose joy. And that means choosing Jesus and having a heart after his heart. We can't change all of the things that are happening around us, but we can have an impact for good on the things that are happening around us and the people that are in our sphere of influence. And what type of influence do you want to leave with these people? Do you want to be known as someone that is positive, that is life-giving, that's an energy giver and not an energy taker? Somebody that is bringing that salt and light to the table. And like we said, like, don't build the bomb shelters, like expand your dining table, invite more people to the table so that they can be a part of your world, and that world being having Jesus and a part of your life. So we can't fix a lot of things, but I will say this last year, cognitively changing, sitting in that space, genuinely, I feel like my heart has changed because the Lord has placed this desire inside of me to want to choose joy and choose him. So if you're still sitting in a place where your life feels overwhelming and you're stuck and you don't know how to propel forward and you just feel like you're drowning and you are in this season where it's a struggle, a mental struggle. Maybe you legitimately struggle with depression or anxiety. And so then coupled with all of the garbage going on in the world, it doesn't help the situation. But I have truly the cure for that. And that is Jesus. And even if that is something that you are, depression being something that you're dealing with, going to the word and being able to know his truth, you might still be dealing with that depression, stress, anxiety. But if you know the truth and you can hide his word in your heart and propel that forward, then you can continue to carry on and be able to choose joy in spite of what you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm. What I don't want to happen for people, and I'm afraid it will, is I don't want them to look up from their phones in 2 more years when, how do I want to say this? You're wasting your life worrying about the things you can't change. You're wasting your life if the only thing that you're looking at right now is Jesus is coming back. So the whole world's gone to crap and that's it. You're wasting your life. You only get one. And yeah, he is coming back, but we did a whole episode on occupying until he comes. He doesn't want you to just sit back and fold your thumbs and be done. And my worry is that so many people are so stuck in their phones, stuck in what's going on in the world, and that they're going to look up in a couple of years and realize I have just wasted 4 years of my life. Because I still have this weird, it's like a weird dysphoria feeling of the year from 2020 to 2022. Like I can't make sense of what, and I'm sure everybody's like that. You can't make sense of what happened in what year. What was I doing? Where was I going? Like there's still this, like, I haven't flown on an airplane. This will be the first time I've flown. I'm freaking out. I'm gonna drink a little bit more. Hold on. We just booked a cruise. Like, these are things that we haven't done. And
In
there's
years.
this weird fear around it because we've been conditioned to feel that way. It changed everything. And so if you're not intentionally choosing joy, if you're not intentional about where you're spending your time and what you're listening to, you're going to look up from your phone 2 years from now and you're going to be like, well, the world hasn't ended. We have another idiot president, because we don't know who that's going to be, but clearly there'll be an idiot. And nothing has changed. Nothing is new under the sun.
Mhm.
I have just wasted 2 years of my life trying to do what? What are you doing? Are you changing anything? Are you running for office? I mean, if you're not going to go do any of those things, then find something else that's going to be life-changing.
Well, I always say, like, I am an avid proponent of you don't get to complain unless you are trying to affect the change. So if you want to gripe and have your moment, okay, now what? Find a solution.
Yeah.
So what's the solution? So if you want to have your moment, I mean, we all have our moments where Stacy and I together, like, there are days where it's like, gotta let this out, feeling all the things. You say it and you go, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
And I
This
feel
why
like
Sveti and Masha come in so handy, because when we have to deal with crap, we say it in this accent, make us feel so much better.
so much better. I have many messages saved from Sveti that I just go back to listen to when I in bad mood. Like,
Yes.
it make so much happiness.
So moral of story is come up with some kind of accent you can do. And you can change world.
you
You're
can
welcome.
try Scottish or Irish. Those are funny ones.
Oh, those are hard. I cannot.
Yeah. But like marbles in mouth. You try? It's hard.
Make what? What? That was my brain spinning. Oh, so much steam. What you say? What's marbles in mouth? That's how you accent?
I was saying, like, if you talk in Irish or
Oh,
Scottish accent, there's like marbles in the mouth. When, like, there's, I don't know how to explain
Hel-
it.
Hello?
No,
That's not
No.
it.
we we leave that one. Stick to Russian. Oh, no.
To imagine marbles in my mouth.
Yeah, well, anyway, I was going to say, be a part of the solution, not the problem. So if you want to have your moment to complain, figure out how you can contribute towards a solution. And if you can't, then maybe you stuff those negative words and opinions deep down inside, and you have your alter ego of Russian, Irish, Scottish, Chinese come out.
Wow. We have really come long way from 1 year. I think you are supposed to get better with time, not worse. Oh, I think we
Okay.
wrap it up now.
It's time to go.
Oh, well, thank you for being a part of this complete insanity for 1 year. I think if I had to say, if somebody asked me what this podcast was like, I would say I think we are like the Joe Rogan experience of Christian
Russian women.
Wow.
Christian Russian women. Oh my.
We're not your typical faith-based podcast. We like to have fun. We literally choose joy when we come on here.
Mhm.
Even when we have to talk about the hard things.
Yeah.
And we're just thankful for each and every one of you who have supported us, who comment, who send us messages of encouragement.
Those of you that actually send us messages. So whether it's on YouTube or you come over to the Joy Revival, even though that's, an entity of itself, but Chasing Joy is a part of the Joy Revival. If you come over to our Instagram page or you send us a message, it means a lot. And
oh, that's what I was going to say. There have been times where we're like, I don't know that we're really reaching anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get that one message that says, thank you so much for what you guys do. You truly bring me joy. And then we're like, oh, okay. So God sends in the army to tell us, keep forging forward.
The reinforcements.
Because what you do matters. It's really not, we didn't start this to be, popular by any means. We just knew that there were a lot of people that needed joy and needed that reminder. And also, I think the thing about us is that we are real. We don't sugarcoat anything. We don't come on here and pretend like we're some perfect Christian woman that has it all together, because they don't exist. That doesn't exist. Hey, it doesn't exist. And so we're not
speaking truth.
I know. I'm like Joe Biden when he wants to make a point. He whispers. And then he yells. Give me one person in this audience that likes to choose joy.
Oh,
okay, sorry. Off soapbox. I had wine. Sorry, it's
fine.
9:30 p.m. And I had to give you something really powerful to go home with.
There it is.
Today. That's the thing. That's it. So what we would like for you to do on our 1-year anniversary, this probably isn't the one. Don't share this one. If I could give you one to share, it would be the identity renewal. And if you haven't listened to that, please go listen to that. You don't even have to listen to the first identity one. Just listen to that one.
It's a 2-part series. Yeah. The second one is just fire.
Yes.
That is only because of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. So what I want you to do, if we've brought you joy in this last year, as a token of thank you for the countless hours that we have given you of our lives, if you could share your favorite episode with one friend and just say, you know what, I've been listening to these gals forever, however many months it's been, and I think you would enjoy it. We would be so grateful for you, because here's the thing, guys, you have to be part of the solution. We just said that. And helping others choose joy is a great way to do it.
Yeah, you're on the mission with us. This is what we say at the Joy Revival. It is a movement. It is an active choice that you are making every single day, where you are going to switch your mindset.
That's right. So remember, my friends, through the good, the bad, and the dumpster fires,
we can still choose joy.
And wine. Cheers.